What's up, everybody? This is a band that I've been wanting to do forever. Lynyrd Skynyrd, headlined by the great Ronnie Van Zant. I'm super excited to hear Freebird. I've never heard Freebird before. I heard Freebird is one of their best hits, so I'm super excited to check this out. See, what the band's about. Ronnie Van Zant, Gary Rossington, Billy Powell on the keys, Before I do get on the video, check out my Patreon. I put up a Lynyrd Skynyrd video on there for you guys as well. It's already up there. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Unbelievable. That might be the best song I've ever heard in my life. This song never took a single break from the beginning to the end, and it got better at the end. It actually got to the best part at the end. You know what's funny? I did Stairway to Heaven, and it reminds me a lot of Stairway. Stairway, started off slow, and Ronnie Van Zant is a legend. He is one of the best, to me, one of the best songwriters of all time. Ronnie Van Zant is a guy that happens to be in rock and roll, but to me, he's a country singer because he writes like a country singer would write. Really thought out, incredibly placed words. And everything that Ronnie says makes sense, and it fits perfectly in. Beautiful song. I have heard this one before. As you guys know, I love Lynyrd Skynyrd. When I grew up, and still to this day, I listen to a lot of Skynyrd songs that weren't popular. I never heard, or at least I thought I never heard Freebird, but I have. I mean, you can see Ronnie Van Zant right there. Yeah, that's Ronnie Van Zant. With Alan Collins and Gary Rossington. Lynyrd Skynyrd was the guitar army, man. And Freebird is a song that I never really listened to. And again, I didn't know Freebird was this song. When I heard it, I'm like halfway through. And when it sped up, like, that's Freebird. I sort of made the connection. Because like I said, I grew up listening to a lot of songs that weren't as popular. Songs like Whiskey Rock and Roller was another one. I listened to a lot of blues stuff by Skynyrd. And Freebird is something like Skynyrd's top 5 I've never heard. Well, I have now heard Freebird. Simple Man, I'd never heard that. And it might be like this. I might have heard it, but I think I don't know it by the name. But out of the top 5, I don't think I've heard Freebird, Simple Man, Tuesday's Gone. I think that's the top 3. And I don't think I've heard any of them. I could be wrong. Could be like this one, and I hear it, and maybe I've heard it. But this song is phenomenal. Alan Collins and Gary Rossington killed it. Absolutely killed it, man. What a song. And the speed, of Alan Collins' guitar, especially, towards the end when it was going really fast, man, that takes talent. I couldn't imagine playing that fast ever on a guitar. Lynyrd Skynyrd is so good of a band, and sure it helped, having the guitar army, having, that extra, guy who played the guitar. But one thing that people don't know, Skynyrd had a piano player named Billy Powell. To me, Billy Powell is a big deal and why Skynyrd was so good. A lot of their songs, and again, like I said, I've never heard a lot of the popular ones, but out of the ones I know, another one, Swamp Music. I love Swamp Music. A lot of Skynyrd's stuff. Billy Powell's a big addition. His piano playing makes Skynyrd even better. Phenomenal. What more can you say about Ronnie Van Zant, man? He's the real deal. To me, Ronnie Van Zant was more than a singer. His stage presence, the strength that he had, just watching him live, it looks like he could fight someone in the crowd. He had that charisma to him. And some singers, their charisma, is in terms of dancing, like Michael Jackson, like Elvis Presley. They show their charisma by the dance moves they do and the way they carry themselves on stage. Other people are like Ronnie Van Zant right there, and they walk up on stage and they carry their charisma in a different way. Ronnie Van Zant would always go, and when he did his performances, he would always do them barefoot. And that's why, to me, Ronnie Van Zant was in his league of his own, man. That I grew up on Skynyrd. I didn't grow up on Freebird. I didn't grow up on Simple Man, or Tuesday's Gone, or Give Me 3 Steps. I grew up on Saturday Night Special. I grew up on Swamp Music. I grew up on Whiskey Rock and Roll. I grew up on Don't Ask Me No Questions. I grew up on Working for MCA. So I know about Ronnie. And I know the talent that that guy has, and he is a special cat. And when that plane hit the ground, you know, in 77, what a sad moment, because they took one of the greatest songwriters ever from us. And, you know, yeah. I could talk about Ronnie forever. That's why I have the Patreon, is to talk about extra stuff, but absolutely incredible. Ronnie killed it. You know, I'm a big fan of Ronnie. Always will be. He's one of my favorite musicians ever. So, yeah, great song. One of the best songs. Arguably the best song ever. To me, it's between that and Stairway. And because Freebird and Stairway are so different, I'm not going to say who the best song is. Top two best songs have to be Stairway and Freebird. Have to be. Because both songs are so good from the beginning to the end. They don't have a dull moment. And they get better. What songs do you know get better towards the end? Usually that's when they start to end. So, yeah, Ronnie Van Zant, legend. So much respect for the guy. What a singer. Thank you guys for watching the video. Check out my Patreon. I do have a Lynyrd Skynyrd video I just posted on there as well. It was Give Me 3 Steps, so check it out. And yeah, guys, like the video, subscribe. It means the world to me when you guys subscribe. And please comment down below as well. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Thanks for watching.